there is no streets are clean, schools are well funded, security system, police are well funded, everything is so good, nice. All citizens of that particular city is going to be happy. Why? Because everything is good. Electricity is good, water is good, air is good, there is no pollution. The whole city is like, heaven. Flip that coin and see if the revenue is not there. Now, without revenue, the first thing, okay, they are going to cut down the police. Then water may be not that clean, streets are not that clean, parks are not that good, schools are not that funded. Everything is in chaos. People are fighting. People are doing wrong thing, stealing. All the crimes are going to go up. Why? Only because there was lack of fund, lack of currency. Now put this whole situation in your body. When your body have enough currency of energy, now not only your brain is working full function, because even though we don't do anything, our brain consumes 20-25% of your energy. That this is the scientific fact. Then second, it comes second, nature, by law. Second comes your heart. Heart needs energy. Without that, it's not going to keep beating. So this is the two main part. First is the brain, and second is the heart. When they get all the energy, then it goes to all other organ. All other organ needs energy to keep functioning well. Now it is lack of energy. Everything is rationed now. There is a cut down on the spending of energy for particular organ. What is going to happen? It is not going to function well. And when it's not going to function well, you are going to fall sick. You cannot fight outside any kind of problem of cough and cold and fever, or any kind of any problem outside. Germs are coming in. So if you don't have that immune system strong, now you're going to fall sick. Now keep the immune system strong. You need energy. Nothing is going to be, there is no way body can have that functionality without energy. And energy has to be there for every organ, not only brain and heart. But unfortunately, we do not have that enough energy in the body. Now everything is ration. Everything is like in a small quantity, including your brain and heart. Now everything is running, but not running at the optimum level, not running at the most efficient way. That is the whole problem of our human body.
Hey, Akshay, welcome to the Awaken Heart podcast.
Hi, Nancy. Thank you for inviting. It's a
that big
beautiful,
smile.
your name of your podcast is so good. Awaken Heart. I love
Thank
it.
you. Yes, because when we can all awaken in our hearts, just picture awakening your heart, just there's so much expansiveness in that. So, and awakening our hearts means opening up to all things, and that includes unlearning what we've learned as far as health and nutrition and new ways of doing things. And I really love that this is going to be a really powerful conversation, because we're not just talking about food, we're talking about energy, sovereignty, and what it really means to take responsibility for your health and world, that it teaches the complete opposite. And I recently listened to a conversation you had that really stayed with me around awakening to the truth in how food just isn't physical. It's frequency, it's information, it's alignment. And what struck
Correct.
me, yes, and what struck me most is you're not just speaking theory, you've lived this. 16 years now, right? 16?
Correct. 16 plus, yes.
Wow. Fully raw, decades of documented health training and marathons in your 60s. That's not something people can easily dismiss. So I'd love to start here. What
Yes.
was the moment? Well, first of all, before we get into the questions, can you give a little bit of your background? What led up to this? I mean, what was the moment or series of moments where you realized something is not right with the way we're being taught to live and eat?
So basically, I'm a businessman. I don't have doctor degree. I'm not a nutritionist or anything. But in my I was feeling like I don't have enough energy. That was the one thing was bothering me. What energy I had in 30s and 40, I didn't had in 50s. So I was thinking about it, and I realized that the cooked food is the culprit. That's what I thought, and I said, okay, let me experiment. Let me see. We as a human is the only species eating cooked food. All other species are eating raw food. So let's try. And so that was the short answer is craziness. Out of craziness, I started raw food as an experiment, as just a curiosity, and I liked it. Within very first 3 4 weeks, I started feeling great, more energy, much better. The lifestyle, more freedom. So I just that's it. Today now it's 16 plus years, and I'm still on raw food.
And I know that you had mentioned in some of your stories, he has this amazing ebook. So we'll get to the links at the end. But on his website, he's got this 42-page ebook that's just full of brilliant fruits and colors and stories and how to start and the medical information behind it. But you had mentioned that in there that your own personal story, you were just felt like you were going through the motions and you inspired your daughter and the son-in-law. Now they're 50% raw food, at least at the time of the
Correct.
writing. And I know when you're going into something like that, raw foods, because I know I've tried to do juice and it becomes such a mental thing. It's a mind F, I have to say. So there's a lot of resistance. It's getting through that mental barrier. So did you have resistance at first, or did it feel like coming home?
No, actually, it's the other way around. I didn't had any resistance from my own body or mental thing. Actually, I got more hurdles. Not, I cannot say hurdles, but some people, my family members, had some concern about raw food. So my sister, she is elder than me 6 years, and she said, Akshay, you are crazy. You are going to fall sick. Don't eat raw food. Raw food is not good. And even my nephew, she was at that time valedictorian and 7 year scholarship for medical field, and now he's oncologist. But at that time he sent me so many medical articles that raw food is not good for human consumption. But still I said, okay, let me try. What is going to happen? At the most I'm going to fall sick, be it, but I want to try. I don't
Mhm.
want to accept what people are saying. And that's it. That courage and that curiosity, that passion I had for my health and understanding about food and stuff, and I jumped in. And I'm telling you, that was the right moment. I didn't listen people and other family members and stuff, but I listened myself, and that kept me going.
So listening to yourself, that's one thing. Let me try it. Okay. If I get sick, I mean, then I'll stop, right? But good thing you listen to yourself because before raw food, you had mentioned that you were just going through the motions. And what was your health like physically, emotionally? You said that and mentally, what was it like? But I know that I read in the beginning of your ebook that you said there wasn't really anything really wrong with you, except you felt like you were going through the motions. What was your health like? I know you're 66 still. I know at the writing you were 66. Are you a little older now?
I am just turned 67, completed,
Okay,
and
good for you.
entered into 68.
Yes, and you ran marathons at your age. Like, age is just a number. It's our health, our vibrant health. And you're sharing an example, not just from what you read, just not cerebrally. It's your own life experience, your radiant health from food, which is living food. And yeah, so and I'm looking, let me say something before I move on here. You can see in the background of Ajay, In Nature We Trust. That's his book. And he just revealed to me that it's been out in 2 weeks. It's a very fresh book and it became #1 on Amazon, right?
Right. Yeah. Thanks God. Thanks good. You guys are helping me. And this is the words are out, not only like social media and stuff, but also Congress, Library of Congress accepted my book, and they are going to preserve it in the Congress, Library of
Wow.
Congress for ever. And then yesterday I got news that the California Indy, they accepted my book. So now my books are going to available in California Library. So it is not only validation from some few peoples. Let's say this forward of this book is written by retired MD, doctor, and he is 100% is endorsing that what I'm saying. But that's beside there's like maybe he knows me. That's the reason. But now this validation comes from the separate institution. So this is now more about education, more about awareness, not about just any particular diet or stuff. I'm not in favor of doing dieting and stuff. This is the lifestyle. This is something you have to understand why we eat food. And when we eat food, what food is good for my life? What food is good for my body? What food is good for my brain, my heart, everything? It is if once you start questioning, and then it is okay, now I understand, hey, this is the good food and this is the poison.
Yeah, that it well, first of all, those accolades and being accepted into the library and having all this recognition for your first book. It's your first book, right? Besides your ebook.
Tech is the first
Okay.
book
About this.
for food and in English. I wrote another book 6 year back and published it just for fun. It was
Mhm.
my poetry book. I'm a poet. So
Oh.
I write a poem in my Indian language, which is Gujarati.
Mhm.
So that was long back. But now, this is a totally different thing. I want to give this message worldwide. So this is more important. That was just for fun.
Well, that's quite the poetry. I mean, food can be poetry too, especially it's delicious, it's vibrant. It you mentioned something that's really an important factor is when you start eating with intention. Okay, how does this feed my brain? Is this sugar donut gonna do me good? What's it gonna do for my blood and my cells? Like when you eat with intention and you're nourishing your body with live foods, you'd like, how can you not have vibrant health? It makes total sense, but we become so addicted to the comfort of food and we're mindless and we're not thinking about it consciously and we're doing such a detriment to our health, especially in this country. I think 65% of Americans are obese, which is insane. I mean, look at what they're putting into our foods. I mean, how they're crops and they're poisoning us with all these preservatives and everything. So I think this is really going to revolutionize and really catch fire with a lot of people who are trying to be more intentional with the way they eat. Now, I want to talk about, because you speak about food as frequency. Can you break that down in a way people can really fully understand?
So I see food as a fuel. I don't eat food to please my palate. It's not just the
Mhm.
taste. It's not just something which I love to. My tongue likes it, and let me eat. That's not that I used to be before. Be- 16 year back, I used to be like eat like whatever I see. I used to eat like a pig. Now it is I'm more cautious about what I put in my mouth. So basically, whatever I eat, it should produce a good energy. Not only good energy which I use to as a physical, but even my mental. So when I was eating cooked food, I was poet. But after eating raw food, now my poetry also become more intense. More wording. It was coming out so different, and people started noticing it. It's not only just me, but people started, hey, something is, and maybe it is more, I developed the skill of writing better. But what I am seeing, it is my mind is now working even much better than before. Why? The most important thing in our body is energy. Once you have a good energy, then and if it is ample, then you are going to use that energy everywhere, every moment. Now when I speak, when I talk, when I think, when I read, when I sing, when I go to park, when I doing my gardening, when I cleaning my pond, everything, when I do it, it is because of the enough energy I have. And while doing those things, my mind is also so much aware about surrounding, and I'm absorbing all the vibes. So when I'm doing beekeeping also, I'm a beekeeper.
Mhm.
So it gives you so much of information. This is all about information, and Mother Nature is the biggest teacher. So when you have that awareness, when you have that enough energy, now you can absorb all the vibration around you. So it is like this. Let's say if you have a radio And if it is turned off, it is not going to broadcast anything. But the minute you turn on, it is going to start giving you the song or news or whatever you want, whatever frequency you are catching in. Same thing, our brain is open, the receptors are there, but it is all closed. Once you open it, now all those the vibrations, all those waves are there. Your thoughts are coming from somewhere. You have now that you are catching all those thoughts so good, even while you are sleeping. It is now, this energy is so good that it helps you every moment of your life, if it even when you are sleeping, when you are doing something. So that is what I mean, that frequency and that the importance of the food.
And that makes so much sense what you're saying there as far as the radio signal. Like if you're eating something that's dead or not alive, that's not talking to your cells or your body. Like how can you feel that vibrancy and that aliveness? Like you're not tuned into the frequency of food. So you take the food into your body and it communicates with everything in your system, and then it also opens you up to experiencing more of what life in the environment has for you. Now, when you I
I
know.
just want to
Mhm.
add
Yeah.
something. It is like we have to accept that. And especially when you are talking about spirituality,
Mhm.
we are part of the universe.
Yes.
When you understand this, we are part of the universe. And when you accept it, now the universe is sending you the signals. Those signals, you are receiving it, you are capturing it. Once you are aligned, if you are not aligned with the nature, you are not going to receive all these signals. I mean, you are going to receive it, you are not going to capture it. It's just bounce back. So it's like a closed radio. Radio,
Mhm.
if it is not open, it is not turned on, nothing is going to broadcast. So same way, those signals are not going to talk to you. So once you have that clarity, now the universe is talking to you. So this is beyond just health and wellness. This is spiritually also now, and this is not something my discovery. It is there. We are part of the universe. This is not new. But the thing is, we are not accepting it. We are always try to be me, I, and ego and all those stuff. And once you understand this, you are the part of the universe. Everything is going to melt down, and you are going to be so happy that hey, you are such a beautiful part of this beautiful universe.
Mhm. Because in our society, we're taught that we're all separate, and like you said, it's me, and me. So when you opening up to the fabric of the universe, because we are all one, it's so hard for people to really understand that there's so much separation between us, our environment, and other people. But when you start shifting, you're become that radio signal, or like you're open to that radio signal and the frequency. You're emitting your own as well. And that's one thing with the Awaken Heart podcast. I love having conversations like this because it'll awaken something in somebody else. They become the receiver for whatever, the information that you're putting out there or your vibration, and they're awakening something in themselves as well. Now, going along that lines about how it's not just food and, a physical thing, have you noticed emotional or spiritual changes in people when they shift their diet and not just the physical?
So, yes, absolutely, Nancy. The way it works, our body is producing chemicals, but a lot of chemicals we get it from the food. Directly, it affects your body, directly affects your brain. Some people are so cranky. They want to fight with everybody. They want to fight with the nature. They want to fight with their spouses. They want to, everything. It's like they see the world in negative form. Now, how that happens? So, some people are very calm, some people are very happy, some people are enjoying their life at the fullest every moment, not only someday, every day, and every moment. The reason is the understanding what you have in your brain. You are, Nancy, what you are because of your brain. Just think that if your brain gets something else, now you are not going to be Nancy, you are going to be somebody else. Our brain is everything. Our brain is the thing which is our whole body is functioning, our heart is beating, we are running, talking, everything. My thoughts comes through my mouth. It is because of my brain. So once you have this food which gives you positive chemicals, positive all the informations, food is not just a chemical, and it is full of information too. And that those information, when you chew it, when you digest it, it gives you totally different kind of nourishment. That nourishment is not just the protein and vitamin, and no, not only that, on the upper level, very different level, it gives you the information about the cosmic world. And that this is how, if once you are aligned with that, it is going to give you so much fun. It is like this: if you are in a park and everybody is enjoying the park, whatever activity they are doing, and you are also engaged in that activity, so much fun. If everybody is dancing, you dance, is good. Everybody is singing, everybody is playing, whatever. So you have to be in alignment with that kind of activity. And just imagine, when you are aligned with the cosmos, you are aligned with the universe, not only just your nearest environment, not only just in Los Angeles or in Michigan, but about everywhere else, this can engage. So if I can talk to Nancy and Nancy can talk to me, this is not just that in the present moment, but it can create environment for future, for all other situation. And that is what the engagement for everybody, for every creature, every human being, to get aligned, to enjoy and be part of the universe.
And there have been experiments where it's been shown, of course, the water experiment, you've seen that, where you talk negatively to it and the water crystals are just like dark and horrible, or you say something positively like love and beauty, and it just blossoms in these beautiful like crystals, looks like beautiful snowflakes. They're actually talking now about how like the brain, it's actually the water that's the transmuter that's doing all the signals or what the intelligence is there. There's so much intelligence in the water, that as well. And I've also seen the ones with plants where you can see it under the light and you see this aura around the leaves. It's pretty incredible. And then there was an experiment as well where somebody was talking to his plants. He was talking to his plants and it responded. And then even with him not in the room, where he he thought a thought, and then he wasn't even in the house and the plant responded. So that's just showing that our consciousness is connected to all things. It's pretty
Correct.
incredible. So when you eat those foods, do you do any ceremony with it? I know the American Indians, a lot of times they would bless their food, thank the spirit of the food, of the plant, of the animal, or whatnot. Do you have some kind of ceremony? Do you have some food that you grow? Because I know it's hard nowadays to find some clean food without all the chemicals on it. It says organic, but it's not organic.
Yeah, so I'm not doing officially any ceremony. I'm not any that kind of rituals. But basically, I connect with my food. Means, when I hold my food, let's say I holding avocado or apple, I see it is not just a fruit or vegetable or just one plant. This is a source of nourishment. Once you hold it and you say, okay, this is the one, I'm going to consume it, and this is going to benefit me, so I have to thank them. Let's say I thank Nancy because gave me the chance to talk to you. So this is everything is mutual. So when you give that thanks to anybody, to whether it's avocado or Nancy, is a reciprocated. So it's a two way. The love is not just a one way street. It has to be two way street. It has to be both the side. So when nature is loving you so much, is providing you so much with all the resources nature is providing you to keep you alive, to keep you well, healthy. So we have to say thanks, and that's about it. And don't say just thanks to say thanks. I just thanks to Mother Nature. And I tell that, very open. In my book, it is written, if it is not made by Mother Nature, it is not going on my plate. Period.
So being grateful, thanking for the nourishment that you're going to be provided, and just being grateful to nature, that in itself is like an intention and its own reverence around the food that you're eating. So when you have reverence with the food that you're going to be eating, that intention and that reverence is going when you're eating that beautiful, delicious, nutritionally dense food. So
Correct.
that's feeding your body. I would like to go back into the energy systems as well, because we're talking a lot about energy. And I love this, where this is going, because we don't think about food in this way. Many of us do not. Energy system dysfunction. I know that you talk about that as being the root of chronic illness. What does that actually mean?
Let me give you one analogy, and so it will be very easy to understand.
Okay.
Let's say in Michigan, when it was thriving, Michigan had lot of revenue, money
Hmm.
coming in.
Yep.
When the money is, that's a currency to keep city, in a right way, functioning well. So let's say then you have a good parks, you have a good library. There is no streets are clean, schools are well funded, security system, police are well funded, everything is so good, nice, all citizens of that particular city is going to be happy. Why? Because everything is good, electricity is good, water is good, air is good, there is no pollution, the whole city is like, heaven. Flip that coin and see if the revenue is not there. Now without revenue, the first thing, okay, they are going to cut down the police, then water may be not that clean, streets are not that clean, parks are not that good, schools are not that funded, everything is in chaos, people are fighting, people are doing wrong thing, stealing, all the crimes are going to go up. Why? Only because there was lack of fund,
Mhm.
lack of currency. Now put this whole situation in your body. When your body have enough currency of energy, now not only your brain is working full function, because even though we don't do anything, our brain consumes 20-25% of your energy. That this is the scientific fact. Then second, it comes second, uh, by law. Second comes your heart needs energy, without that it's not going to keep beating. So this is the two main part. First is the brain, and second is the heart. When this is, they get all the energy, then it goes to all other organ. All other organ needs energy to keep functioning well. Now it is lack of energy, everything is ration. Now there is a, cut down on the spending of energy for particular organ. What is going to happen? It is not going to function well, and when it's not going to function well, you are going to fall sick. You cannot fight outside any kind of problem of cough and cold and fever, or any kind of any problem outside, germs are coming in. So if you don't have that immune system strong, now you're going to fall sick. Now keep the immune system strong, you need energy. Nothing is going to be, there is no way body can have that functionality without energy. And energy has to be there for every organ, not only brain and heart. But unfortunately, we do not have that enough energy in the body. Now everything is ration, everything is like in a small quantity, including your brain and heart. Now everything is running, but not running at the optimum level, not running at the most efficient way. That is the whole problem of our human body.
I really liked that analogy. That's really easy to comprehend and visually about the lack of funding. I mean, that's so visual. It's so, you start cutting resources, and it's cutting resources to your body parts when it lacks nutrition in the food. So that was a great analogy. I'm going to carry that with me. So let's say someone feels overwhelmed or stuck in chronic patterns. Where do they begin? Because they're probably sensing that their energy system is out of alignment.
So being a businessman, I would like to again compare. Let's say any business is going in loss, not making profit. And so first thing they have to do is cut the loss. Wherever that loss is, if you cut the loss, then maybe you are going to survive. Otherwise, you are going to go bankrupt. Here in our life, same thing. Cut the loss means cut something which is kind of poison, toxic. All those, whatever I consider there is a five poison we human take every day, day after day, right from the childhood. It is one is sugar, Second is all this refined, okay, refined sugar, not in a fruit. So refined salt, refined oil, dairy, and grains. These five
Yeah.
poisons, I see it as every day we are taking it. And then this is the loss leader. This is putting us in a kind of bankruptcy of energy. So once you stop this five thing, and you don't have to do everything at a time, do one at a time. Try, see it, how it works. Don't take my word. Experiment on yourself. See how it works. And if you see the result that now you don't have that energy bankruptcy, you are much more in positive way, you have now enough energy, you have enough something which you can live and enjoy every day, day after day, whatever work you are doing, whether you are librarian or you are working in a medical field or you are doing day labor job, whatever you are doing, if you have the enough energy at 5 o'clock in the evening or 6 o'clock in the evening, now you are going to measure it. You don't have to be have a PhD on anything, but this is your body is going to tell you that, hey, you know what, I'm feeling it. This is the reality. This is not just in the book. This is not just a fluffy thing, the talk people do this. Now this is, I am really enjoying it. Now let me go in deeper. Let me try something. Let me analyze it. Let me make a real concrete understanding about what is happening with my body. And once you have that, that's it. Now from bankruptcy, you are going to thrive.
Yeah, and that leads me to I feel like people sometimes hold on to illness unconsciously. And I would love to know how would you guide, you were talking about deeper layers. How do you guide someone through that deeper layer, not just changing food, but identity?
Tell you the truth, it is not easy. Not easy means just this morning I got text from one of my friend and she bought the book. Uh, I know her maybe at least last 20 years. And whenever we in party and karaoke and stuff, we meet each other, we talk about food. And she understood about raw food at that time. But she never understood the holistic approach for the raw food. But once she bought this book, she says, Akshay, now I understand so better, so much clarity. That time you was telling us, but it's like this is how, no matter how much I talk to those people, friend, cousin, relative, anyway, is not going to affect. Is not going. One more diet thing, one more health thing. Everybody is in the, so they are going to discount it. They're going to just neglect it. But once they read, they understand, and they digest. And if they don't understand, they go back and they do their analysis. So our brain is taking the information, making that analysis. That is good. That is now going to help you. My teaching is not going to help you. Your teaching yourself
Mm.
is going to help you, because that is now you validated that information. It's not me, I validated. It's not that I said something and you have to know. You take the information, you do research whether it is correct or not correct, what is the issue of this thing. And then once you like it, then you are going to validate. And once you validate, it is going to be like a strong concrete platform. Now you can go step by step, more and more.
Mhm. Yeah, so you're just saying that you can offer the information, but it's up to somebody to take it in on their own, however they need to take it on their own. Because what is it? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. So you're the teacher, but they have to be ready to integrate it themselves. And I can see there's a lot of, oh, another diet, or oh, there's all these things and this doesn't work and that doesn't work and all that. But and I can see how there's a lot of mindset barriers as regards to that. But once they see it and learn it for themselves and implement it on themselves, then they start to learn it. Now, I'd love to hear, I'm sure you hear a lot of this because you just mentioned that you just heard it with your friend that had just bought your book. And what are some of the most common ones you see as far as mindset barriers? Because there's probably a lot that comes up.
Definitely, mindset barrier comes because people have bad experience. There are thousands and thousands of diet out there, but every diet is connected to some kind of factory. They are selling something, whether it is a you know, supplement or some kind of diet or something they are selling. My philosophy is my factory is mother nature. I am not selling apple, I am not selling banana, I am not saying that you buy something from me. I'm saying just get aligned with the mother nature factory, get it done in the way you want. You make your own rule, and that is the only way you are going to go little by little by little by little more and more efficient. And that is what I say, because otherwise, as I said, friends, relative, cousin, party, anywhere, it is not helping them. But once they understand the whole platform, the whole core of this book, that why raw food, what is that, and every time whenever you talk to anybody, they comes with the negative point, and that is going to happen. That's how our brain is. We are all skeptical, about anything. And it is good thing, because then you're more cautious. You are not going to just accept whatever anybody says, but you are going to check it out. But if you have that cautious brain, is good, but then at least work on it. If I say something and if you don't like it, it's good, it's okay, it's fine. But then try to analyze why this is what you are thinking is right, or what I am thinking is wrong, or vice versa, whatever it is. But thinking about it, doing more research, taking that more seriously, taking the things in your hand. This is your body, Nancy. This is you are the owner of your
We have
body.
one in this
You are the
lifetime.
responsible for your body, not your doctor, not your parents, not your teacher, not your professor. No, 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 nobody. You are, and all your listeners, they have to understand this. This is your body. If you are not going to take care of it, well, you are going to suffer. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know there's a lot of resistance that can, because when we're talking about giving up, instead of looking at what we're going to get from it, the rewards of eating clean and healthy and nutrient dense, rich food, spiritually, energetically, mentally, physically as a result of everything else. It's just, there can be resistance to it until we really understand what we're benefiting from it, because we're so used to the comfort of food. It's winter, it's something warm, hot soups, or I mean, at least soup is nutritious, but the sugar, the dopamine hit we get from having sugar, just eating mindlessly in front of the TV and stuff. I know you have a seed sprout bloom process. I'd like you to walk us through real quick your seed sprout bloom framework. What does each phase represent?
It is like seeds. Like, first of all, you have to accept it. You have to embrace the information, what you are getting it. Any information, what you are getting it. First, if you don't accept it, it is never going to work on you. So if you think, and before accepting, check it out thoroughly. Don't accept superficially. You have to accept it thoroughly, that it gives you real answer. Once you accept it, then let it enhance, let it be so empowerment. So from seed, then it's going to bloom. Okay, that is something which is important. Now you are in second stage of your life, that what all information from that seed, it sprouted, and it is now a small plant. Now absorb even more energy, more information, more all the whatever you are doing, the research in that direction. And then it is the then fulfillment. Once you have that, you are empowering, yourself to go full fledged. And that is something what I mean it. All three stage is so good, that something, once people understand this, then they can develop this kind of stage on their own. They don't need even my help. This is, I did it for the coaching, which is now I'm not doing it that much because I don't have that much time. But I started this three stage where people can help themselves with my help at that time. But now I'm giving, with this book, I'm giving it to the people. They don't need my help. Maybe, book can help. Yeah.
Yes, and obviously it is. It's taken off so well in just the couple weeks that it's been out there. I'd like to hear, since we're talking about the seed, bloom, sprout, what is one seed level shift someone could make today that would actually create momentum?
So let's say when we are talking and our listeners are listening, this is a seed moment. This talk is going to make them think. Even doesn't matter whether they accept or not, but even making them think about their health and the food. And while listening this is the seeding moment. So even for the individual, if they have something like this moment, they have to accept it very nicely. So seeding is something you give that seed enough resources. So you then the seed need a lot of water, a lot of sunshine, then it can bloom, and from there is a sprout. So all this process is natural, and it is a natural process, has to have some kind of resources. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So once you have this thought, your listener, anybody have this thought, go and do something. I'm not saying just buy my book. Okay, don't buy if you don't want, but at least think about it. What you are eating, it is helping you or hurting you. If it is hurting you, don't eat. It's common rationale. This is not PhD science. This is a common rationale. Anything what you do, if it is hurting, if you are doing, let's say, any activity, if you are going to go to work, instead making money or losing money, you quit that job. that,
Mhm.
that is not you are going to do it exactly same way. If you are eating, and if this eating is not helping you, you stop, or at least cut it down little bit and see the result. That is all these three things, that is what I want to tell people.
Mhm. That is a good way to do it. People won't listen to themselves, though. Is this hurting me or helping me? Is this thought helping me? Is this love or is this negative? Like you can't have two of the same time, but we'll just reason it away. So many times we won't listen to ourselves. So it really feels like choosing a different path with food is actually part of a larger awakening process. And I know your book is In Nature We Trust, and I love that. I love your whole feel of your book. I love just the way it looks, that bright apple on that white background. So what what does In Nature We Trust mean to you on a soul level?
Everything. And this is not just to write a book, or this is not something just to for sake of title. Actually, I this is a trademark. Nobody can use this USPTO. I this is trademark, so I put it in even my book, and I believe this very much, because everything is nature.
Yes.
You are a part of nature. Even when I wrote one poem long back, and at that time I was not knowing I'm going to write a book on nature. In nature we believe. So this is how the poem, I think maybe 5 7 year back, and it is still on the YouTube. I wrote this poem also in this book. So In Nature We Trust. So this is the moment which I had in my life right from the beginning. Not one moment. It is a process. And once it when it came to the publish my book, I had so many other options to give the title of this book, but nothing justified more than In Nature We Trust. So this is the only title I think. I had, you won't believe, I at least another 20 title I had in competition each other, and I'm okay. And then this is the one which I thought it is, and this is not I thought, this is the reality. As I said, you, Nancy, is a part of nature. I am also part of nature. We are connected. And once we think that we are connected, it is not only the spiritual level, health wise, our connection, everything becomes one. And that oneness gives you so much of power. Because when you're individual, you have no power, but when you're connected with any kind of, with the family, you are stronger. With the community, when you become more stronger. So when you connected with the whole universe, think how much power you have now. It is that kind of thing. I think, that is what I am blessed, that I am connected with those people. See, the forward who wrote this for this book is the MD doctor, retired from New Jersey. I was not knowing him. His last name is also Shah, coincidentally, but I was not knowing him. Out of this kind of webinar, he got connected with me, and he liked my idea, like you
Mhm.
like my idea. So he said, Akshay, what you are saying, send me your manuscript. So I sent him my manuscript, and he wrote the forward for me. This is the connection. This is what I'm talking, then now I am powered by a doctor. I never imagined that the doctor is going to write this kind of forward for me and is endorsing me in public. Just few days back, I called him. He said, "Doctor, I want to put your picture on Amazon page." He says, "Okay, go ahead and do it. Why you are asking?" I said, "No, no. This is when I'm using your picture and using your story, I have to ask you." He said, "No, you don't have to ask me. Just go ahead and do it. I know I have full faith on you, so you are not going to take any advantage of it. But you are using to give the information to the public." I said, "Yeah, but still, So this is what I'm talking. It's like when you have connection, that connection brings the solid kind of confirmation of each other and validity and respect and love and everything else. And that is what we need as a human. We are for that. We as a social animal, we without all this thing, we are nothing. This is once you have this oneness and once you have this connection with other people, all stranger. Nancy, you are stranger for me until half an hour back, right? We never met each other. We never talked to each other. Only exchange of the emails of something, and that's about it. I saw your beautiful picture. You saw my picture, and that's about it. But now we are connected. Now you as a wavelength from mind to mind, from heart to heart, awakened heart. Now this is something, it is going to take different shape. That is what whole thing is we have to connect each other, like minded. Even if it is not like minded, your lot of your listeners are not going to accept what I'm saying, and I respect that. You don't have to accept what I'm saying. You have to, at least once you listen, try to contemplate, try to find out what is wrong and what is right. Maybe I'm saying something wrong. I'm not saying everything what I say is right. Maybe there is some chance. Find it out, and after finding out, bring the solution. Just saying it is wrong is not going to work. Okay, so what is right? That's how it works, and that is how the connection works. And that is, I'm curious. I'm really curious about the book. When people read it, I want their authentic reviews. Authentic, not just fluffy, oh yeah, yeah, beautiful and this, that. No. Tell me whatever it is, and I'm ready to accept it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're stepping into this new next chapter with your book. And it sounds like what you're talking about you're aligned. It feels like you're fully awake, you're aligned. These meetings with people are you're getting synchronistic moments, you're getting connections because you are in this alignment with yourself, the food that you eat, your universe, all aligned. And it sounds like as you're stepping in this next chapter of book, well, I would like to hear, I mean, you've already said some of it already. What message feels most important for people to hear right now? Sounds like connection.
Now, start thinking and start listening to your body. Most of the people, they are not listening to body. They are take it for granted, this body, which is so precious. This machine is so precious. This machine is your life. You got one chance to live on this planet. And if you're not listening to your body, you are wasting a huge chance you got to enjoy this life. You're wasting it. So that's the one message I want to tell people. Whether you read my book, you don't read it, doesn't matter. What matter is be awake, listen to your heart, of course, awaken heart, but listen. It's not only the heart, the whole body. So once you start listening to your whole body, it is definitely going to give you some very specific direction. You are not just wandering here and there. It's like if you don't know your path, any path will take you to there. So that is not the direction you want. You want to carve your own path. That this is the path and this is my goal. So then you are going to reach to your goal.
So it sounds like those that are listening right now, if they're feeling disconnected from their body and gently nudging them where to begin, it's a connection to your own body. You have one body in this lifetime. What are you going to do with it? Do you want vibrant health? Do you want connection? Do you want alignment? Or do you want to be separate and disengaged and separate? That's such a beautiful message. And I love this whole conversation. It really feels like a remembering not just of how we're meant to eat, but how we're meant to live in alignment, in awareness, in trust of our own bodies. And I would love for our listeners to know where to find your book back there and some of your authoring offerings and what is lighting you up right now. Do you have any new projects? I mean, your book, it just came out. So I think you're fully in your book right now.
Book is the project, but yeah, I'm already started working on my second book, which is not about food, which is going to be spiritual.
Mhm.
And yeah, that is my second project. But right now I'm working with I have so many other, like let's say library of California library accepted me yesterday, so I want to connect with them. I want to other people already, they are trying to get aligned with my book, so I have to work with them. A few days back I got some other news that my book now people can buy, if some corporation or some institution want to buy in bulk 50 or 100 or whatever number, they are also going to help me to give that book on discounted rate. So those are the thing I have to work with. So that is right now I'm working with the people. The whole goal is I want to see that my message goes out, and anybody goes out to Amazon and write my name, Axay Akshay, and last name Shah, Shah, you are going to see this book. Or maybe you can check with Amazon or in Google, in Nature We Trust. But especially in Amazon right now, in Nature We Trust, my book is number one in new release. So it will may pop up.
Oh,
So these are the thing. And yeah, of course, my website, rawfoodist.com, have this book on top of the page. Raw Foodist, the spelling is little different. RAW, Raw Foodist, FOODIEST. Extra E is there. So rawfoodist.com. And then there also you can find the book. But easy way, best way, and if individual is buying, go on Amazon, type my name, AXAYSHAH, and you are going to find it.
and I'll put all that in the show notes. So definitely go to Amazon, pick up this book. And I love this conversation. It sounds like there's a deeper theme here: sovereignty, truth, awakening, and how we tie those into how we nourish our bodies. So thank
Yes.
you
And
so
one more
much.
thing I want to say, this book is available in all three format. So
Okay.
digital, paperback, and hardcover. So whatever they prefer, your listener or anybody, that you have the multiple options.
Wonderful, wonderful. All those options. And also, I encourage everyone as well to go to your website and get a taste of what you have to offer. And your ebook on there is pretty incredible in itself. So go in there, check out his ebook, check out his website, and definitely go and buy Akshay's book. And I'm so excited to have had this conversation. So thank you for not just sharing your knowledge, but your lived experience. And we didn't even get into I'm sure your doctors were just watching you on this whole journey. I mean, all these marathons that you did at 66. I forgot how many had you done by
67 now.
67 now. So
Yeah,
you're running
yeah.
marathons. Yeah, you're a testament. Thank you so much for coming on. And I wish you the rest of your wonderful day, morning for you.
Thank you,
All right.
Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you
Nice
so much.
talking to you. And
You
maybe
too.
we going to get connect again once you read the book,
I do
and
want to.
maybe we have another episode just talking about the book or something else.
I do want to read it. I do want to make some own changes in my own life, if not fully, partially, at least to
Yes,
start.
yes.
All right. Because I'm getting up
Perfect.
there too. I just had a birthday.
Ah,
Yeah,
all
I'm in my
right.
mid 50s. So, all right. All right,
Okay.
cool. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.